In the vast expanse of the American plains, a solitary figure stands, its massive frame silhouetted against the setting sun. This is not just any bison. It is a creature marked by a grotesque affliction that tells a story of survival, struggle, and the harsh realities of nature. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is confronted with a sight that is both disturbing and captivating: a bison with a horrific barnacle wound. The barnacles, those tiny crustaceans that cling tenaciously to rocks and ships, have found an unlikely host. But how did these marine parasites come to inhabit a land mammal? The answer lies in the complex and often brutal web of life that connects all creatures, regardless of their habitat. Barnacle infestation on a bison is a phenomenon that may seem bizarre at first glance. These crustaceans, typically associated with the ocean, have adapted to latch onto the bison's skin, particularly in areas where the animal has suffered from injuries or skin abrasions. The barnacles feed on the bison's skin and fluids, creating a grotesque wound that is both a source of pain and a breeding ground for infection. The bison, once a symbol of strength and resilience, now carries the weight of this parasitic burden, a testament to the relentless forces of nature that can turn even the mightiest into a vessel of suffering. As we delve deeper into the life cycle of barnacles, we discover that these creatures are not merely mindless parasites. They begin their lives as free-swimming larvae, searching for a suitable surface to settle on. Once they find a host, they undergo a transformation, cementing themselves in place and developing a hard shell. This process is not without its consequences. The barnacles create an open wound on the bison, which can become infected and lead to severe health issues. The bison, unable to reach these hard-to-access areas, suffers in silence, a living testament to the cruelty of nature's design. The infestation can become so severe that it affects the bison's mobility and overall health. The barnacles thrive in moist environments, and when they invade the bison's skin, they create a perfect storm for bacterial infections. The wound festers, attracting flies and other scavengers, creating a grotesque spectacle that is both fascinating and repulsive. The bison struggle is emblematic of a larger truth in the animal kingdom: survival often comes at a price, and the line between life and death is perilously thin. As we observe this bison, we cannot help but reflect on the ethical implications of such infestations. In a world where humans have encroached upon natural habitats, the delicate balance of ecosystems is disrupted. The barnacles, once thriving in their oceanic homes, are now forced to adapt to life on land, clinging to the bison as a last resort. This raises questions about human impact on wildlife and the unintended consequences of our actions. Are we, in our quest for progress, creating conditions that lead to such bizarre and tragic occurrences? The bison, once a majestic symbol of the wild, now serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the often dark consequences of our interference in nature. Yet, amidst the horror of this barnacle infestation, there lies a strange humor in the absurdity of the situation. Imagine the bison, lumbering across the plains, a living canvas of barnacles, like nature's own version of a punk rock concert. In the heart of a dense forest, where the sunlight barely penetrates the thick canopy, a haunting sight emerges: a deer, once a graceful symbol of nature's beauty, now marred by a grotesque barnacle wound. This is not a tale of mere survival. It is a chilling glimpse into the dark side of nature's intricate web. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is met with a shocking reality. Clusters of barnacles, resembling the monstrous growths of some ancient sea creature, have taken hold on the deer's flank. Each barnacle, a tiny fortress of chitinous armor, drills into the deer's flesh, drawing nutrients and creating an open wound that festers with infection. The deer, in its silent suffering, embodies the struggle between the wild and the parasitic. Barnacle infestation on terrestrial animals, while rare, is a phenomenon that reveals the darker aspects of ecological relationships. These crustaceans, typically found clinging to rocks and ships in the ocean, can, under certain conditions, latch onto unsuspecting land mammals. The barnacles, with their sticky appendages, exploit the deer's skin, leading to an array of complications. The wound becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, causing the tissue to rot, and the deer to suffer immense pain. As the infestation spreads, the deer's mobility is compromised, making it an easy target for predators. This grotesque transformation raises questions about the balance of nature, how something so small can wreak such havoc on a creature as majestic as a deer. Yet, in this dark tale, there lies an unsettling reflection of humanity. Just as the barnacles latch onto their host, humans often impose themselves on nature, extracting resources and leaving scars on the environment. The deer, a victim of circumstance, mirrors the plight of countless species affected by habitat destruction and pollution. As we witness its suffering, we are reminded of our own role in this intricate dance of life. Perhaps the barnacle, in its relentless pursuit of survival, serves as a reminder that nature is both beautiful and brutal, a cycle of life that can be as repulsive as it is fascinating. And as we ponder the fate of this unfortunate deer, one can't help but chuckle at the irony. While we humans pride ourselves on being the apex predators, sometimes it's the tiniest creatures that remind us of our vulnerabilities. In the shadowy heights of the Himalayas, where the air is thin, and the landscape is a breathtaking tapestry of snow and rock, a snow leopard prowls. This majestic creature, often dubbed the ghost of the mountains, is a symbol of grace and power. Yet, beneath its stunning exterior lies a gruesome reality, a horrific wound. A parasitic flower has taken root in its flesh. This grotesque bloom, known as the corpse flower, thrives on the very life force of its host, feeding off the snow leopard's vitality while leaving a trail of decay in its wake. The sight is both shocking and fascinating. The flower's vibrant colors starkly contrast with the pallor of the leopard's fur, creating a macabre masterpiece of nature's cruelty. As the snow leopard moves, the flower sways, a grotesque dance of life and death, a reminder of the harsh realities of survival in the wild. But the horror does not end there. This snow leopard is also plagued by a barnacle infestation, a phenomenon rarely seen in terrestrial mammals. These tiny crustaceans, typically found clinging to rocks and ships, have somehow latched onto the leopard's skin, creating a grotesque patchwork of life. Each barnacle, with its hard shell and insatiable appetite, burrows into the leopard's flesh, drawing nutrients and causing excruciating pain. The leopard's once proud coat is now a battlefield, a canvas of suffering where nature's brutality is on full display. As the barnacles multiply, they create a grotesque ecosystem, a testament to the relentless cycle of life and death that governs the natural world. In this dark tale, we are reminded of the intricate and often brutal relationships that exist in nature. The snow leopard, a symbol of beauty and strength, is reduced in the heart of the African savanna, where the golden grass sways gently under the relentless sun. A creature of elegance and power prowls, the leopard, known for its stealth and beauty. This apex predator embodies the raw essence of nature's design. But today, the story takes a grim turn. As we focus our lens on one specific leopard, an unsettling sight emerges. This magnificent beast bears a horrific wound, a gaping hole in its side, the result of an unprecedented encounter with a beehive. The image is shocking, a stark reminder of nature's brutality, and it compels us to delve deeper into the unsettling world of animal injuries and the strange, yet fascinating, relationship between wildlife and the insect kingdom. The leopard's wound is not just a mere injury. It is a grotesque testament to the chaos that can ensue when species collide. The bees, in their frantic defense of their hive, unleashed a relentless assault. Thousands of them, tiny yet formidable, swarmed the unsuspecting feline. The leopard, caught off guard, fought back, but in doing so, it only exacerbated the situation. The sting of a single bee is painful enough, but imagine the agony of hundreds, even thousands, piercing the skin of a creature known for its resilience. The wound is a gruesome tableau, swollen and oozing, a festering reminder of the battle fought. The buzzing swarm, once a mere background hum of the savanna, now becomes a harbinger of suffering. As we examine the wound more closely, we discover the intricate relationship between the leopard and its tiny adversaries, the bees. Driven by an instinctual need to protect their home, saw the leopard not as a majestic creature, but as a threat, a predator that could decimate their colony. In their eyes, the leopard was the villain in this tale of survival. The resulting infestation is a macabre spectacle. The lepidopteran flesh, now a breeding ground for bacteria, attracts even more bees, drawn to the scent of decay. The once proud leopard, a symbol of strength, is reduced to a mere host in a gruesome cycle of life and death. The scientific implications of such an infestation are staggering. In nature, the balance between species is delicate, and this incident underscores the complex web of interactions that define ecosystems. The bees, while often seen as harmless pollinators, can become fierce defenders of their territory, and their venom, while typically a defense mechanism, can lead to fatal consequences for larger animals. The leopard, with its powerful physique and sharp instincts, finds itself at the mercy of these tiny winged creatures. It is a cruel twist of fate, one that challenges our perception of strength and vulnerability in the animal kingdom. As we continue to observe this unfortunate leopard, we must confront the uncomfortable truth about the consequences of human encroachment on wildlife habitats. The expansion of agriculture and urban areas has led to increased encounters between humans, animals, and insects. The leopards and bees, once existing in separate spheres, now find their worlds colliding in catastrophic ways. The hive, a marvel of nature, becomes a battleground, and the leopard, a creature of grace, is left to suffer the consequences of a world increasingly dominated by human activity. In the end, this dark tale serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the interconnectedness of all creatures. The leopard, despite its injuries, continues to roam the savanna in search of sustenance, a testament to its will to survive. But the question lingers, what does it mean for a creature to endure such suffering? And what does it say about our role in this intricate dance of life? Perhaps, as we reflect on this tragic encounter, we are left with a moral to ponder in the grand scheme of nature. We are all players in a complex game, where the lines between predator and prey blur, and the consequences of our actions ripple through the fabric of existence. And as we end this tale of woe, let us not forget the irony that nature has a sense of humor. After all, who would have thought that a leopard, a symbol of ferocity, could be bested by a swarm of bees? It seems that in this wild world, even the mightiest can find themselves in a sticky situation, literally.